Tradervue and Tradezella both promise to make you more consistent in your trading, but they take very different approaches to do that. I tested both of them so that you don't waste time on the wrong one. But before I even logged into these platforms to explore the features themselves, I did what I always do whenever I want to test out trade journaling platforms for the very first time. And I always dig into the user reviews, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly ones, especially. Because let's be honest, company websites really only just show the polished stuff, all the pretty marketing fluff, right? Like the truth usually just shows up in the reviews, in other people's experiences, especially the one-star ones that most people tend to skip. And with Tradezella, I came across this review from a user who said that he liked the customer service, but found the platform a bit clunky and tricky to use. Now, I'll be honest, that can sound concerning at first, but when I actually tested it myself, the workflow did feel pretty smooth to me, especially with the automatic broker imports. And when I looked deeper, this wasn't even a common complaint at all. So Tradezella holds a 4.7 out of 5-star rating, and that kind of consistency doesn't happen by accident. Like, sure, not everyone is happy, but there's also a really long list of users who are actually getting a serious edge with Tradezella and talking about it. Take this user, for example. He's been using Tradezella for about a month and was already impressed. He praised the quick support responses and how the platform made consistent journaling easier. Then there was another trader who claimed he'd been with Tradezella for his entire trading career, and he actually called it the best at what it does. So yeah, his words, not mine. And yeah, that kind of loyalty, I think, really speaks volumes. These people are using it for like either short time or really long time and having their own positive experiences. All right, now when I looked into Tradervue reviews, one trader said that he logged in just to test it, but then he never used it again. But then months later, found money pulled from his account from it. So, I mean, billing complaints always kind of raise eyebrows. But honestly, in cases like this, a chargeback usually solves the problem if things go sideways like that. And I didn't see dozens of complaints just like this one, so it did seem pretty rare, and it may have happened. But on the flip side, plenty of people actually like Tradervue for its simplicity and what it does for them. One trader mentioned that we had tried TraderSync, but came back to Tradervue because it felt cheaper and straightforward and fulfilled his needs. Another trader wrote about scripting his trades into Tradervue and then said it actually gave him really solid insights from that. So for traders who want really lean, minimal tracking, but things that you can customize without any of the extra fluff, Tradervue clearly has its fans. Still, when you compare Tradervue versus Tradezella side by side, it's really easy to see why Tradezella edges ahead for most serious traders. Like, it's not just about recording trades, it's about improving, and that's where it shines. Which brings us to what these platforms actually offer, because the features and the tools are what separate a simple journal from like a platform that can actually change your trading habits and give you pretty much everything. Like with Tradezella, the trade replay feature like really just absolutely blew me away. Instead of just looking at static charts after the fact, I could literally relive my trades second by second. I saw where my entries, felt really strong, and then where my exits turned more emotional. So that kind of replay isn't just useful, it's a mirror to your decision making so you can improve. Then there's the playbook. I didn't realize how powerful this was until I started building my strategies inside it. So you're not just logging trades, you're crafting a playbook that you can test, tweak, and rely on. So for me, this has really been a game changer in spotting patterns that I can trust and tweak. The report's overview ties it all together, just clean visual stats over whatever date range you want, so I could see at a glance what setups were making me money and which ones weren't really worth the risk, and then how consistent overall I really was. That kind of feedback loop is priceless. Then there's the progress tracker. This isn't just about your trades, it's about your habits, your discipline, your growth as a trader. I started setting lifestyle goals inside it, and it actually helped me be more accountable to both trading and personal consistency. And when it comes to backtesting, Tradezella lets you go back as far as 2014, so that's a ton of data to test strategies on. And for live journaling, I loved being able to just add trade notes before imports and link them later, so that fixed one of the biggest headaches I had with delayed broker imports. And speaking of imports, Linking my MetaTrader 4 and 5 accounts to Tradezella was just seamless. Trades just flowed right in, took no time at all. And for anyone mentoring or being mentored, mentor mode is killer for that. Like I could invite a student, I could see their trades and give real-time feedback directly inside the platform. And they could log in on their side, and there was that flow and consistency. The economic calendar is another tool, a really big bonus here. It just keeps me aware of market-moving events in the future right inside my workspace, and I can see when things were happening that were useful to my strategy. Then there's the Zella University, which actually surprised me. So access to tutorials and lessons here really helped me just refine my edge over time. It's not just a platform with the tools, it's a learning hub where you can learn how to improve. So even just comparing that to Tradervue, I mean, Tradervue really has some solid features too, don't get me wrong, right? Like, it compares like in a few different areas, but it's much smaller. Like, it has some good features. The exit analysis is really unique. It doesn't just show you where you exited, but it analyzes what would have happened if you'd exited earlier or later. Like, that's a very focused way to sharpen entries and exits. Instead of just showing maximum potential P&L, it actually analyzes how small changes in exit timing could have impacted results. That's more actionable than a simple what-if scenario, so I liked that. Its P&L reporting modes were also really helpful, especially for any potential traders tracking in different currencies or risk units. And the Compare tab for winning versus losing trades tool, that was a solid feature for spotting behavioral differences. You can put your winning trades side by side with your losers and see patterns that you might miss otherwise. Maybe your losers happen on Monday mornings, or maybe you're cutting winners short on high volatility days. But here's the thing, while Tradervue does these pretty well, like it really just stops at analysis. And Tradezella, on the other hand, feels like a much more robust growth system. It gives you not just stats, but tools to correct and improve your behavior in real time. So that's why for me, like, it goes beyond tracking and into transforming. But none of these make either Tradezella or Tradervue perfect either, with all their great features and tools even. It's like with Tradezella, I'll admit it took me a few days to get fully comfortable with all of the features, so that's like kind of a downside. It's really powerful, but that also means a slight learning curve. Still, once you get over that hump, it actually saves you time compared to piecing things together with multiple tools instead of just using this one. Tradervue's downside for me was that it felt a bit dated and limited. Like, the interface is clean, but not very modern, and it doesn't always make complex analysis easy to digest visually. But hey, for someone who just wants simple trade tracking without distractions, that could be seen as a positive. Now, when it comes to pricing, both platforms sit in the serious trader range. Tradezella is not going to be free, right? But considering the depth that you get, the trade replay, the backtesting, playbooks, coaching, it feels pretty reasonably priced for the value that it delivers. Tradervue, on the other hand, is definitely more budget-friendly. If you're cost-sensitive and only need the basics, it could be a good fit. But here's the thing. In the Tradezella versus Tradervue debate, the question isn't just what's cheaper, right? It's what'll actually help me improve as a trader and help me get more gains in the long run. And that's where Tradezella really makes the investment worthwhile. So check the link in the description for up-to-date pricing and any available promos. I'll keep it current so that you can grab the best deal. And at the end of the day, both Tradervue and Tradezella can help you grow, but in very different ways. If you want simplicity at a low price, Tradervue is fine. But if you're serious about mastering your edge and staying consistent, Tradezella is the one worth paying for. Check the link in the description to get started with a special discount.